様、当機は成田国際空港に到着いたしました。機体が完全に停止し、
Quick update, I'm currently in Japan for a work trip, but I am extending for a little fun Tokyo trip of my own. Just checked into the hotel. For those of you who do not know, I haven't been posting for a long time. But anyway, this is Leonard. I'm a practicing dietitian, but I also work as a chef and do a bit of freelancing with videography and stuff like that. So I do not know the exact details, but I thought this is a good opportunity to maybe do a vlog since I've always wanted to go to Japan. And quite frankly speaking, we're going to an interesting part of Japan, which is the northern side of Japan. We're going to go to Fukushima. As far as I'm concerned, there's going to be a food tour at Shiogama, which I have no idea where that is at the moment. But yeah, so I'm excited. But first and foremost, I'm going to take a nap. I'll continue this in the morning and we'll see where that goes. Right, there we go. We're at a nice stop. Pretty nice place, weather is not too cold. We're headed to Fukushima. I'm going to check out some of the coastal area, the town area. Apparently only 2.5% of that place is actually under exclusion because of the radioactivity. So we'll kind of find out more about that as we go. Right around us used to be buildings that people stayed in, but ever since the Fukushima disaster in 2011, people moved out, the houses have been demolished, and yeah, pretty much just a ghost town. Although the radiation levels are in perfectly safe levels, I think if we look at the Civet units, Civets unit, sorry, it's 0.2, which is pretty much safe. But yeah, no one's returned at all. But it's pretty interesting if you look at the architecture here. It's completely just a ghost town, but it has its own beauty in the sense whereby it's just, you know, intact in that sense. We're standing here in front of one of those houses that was evacuated, and right behind me I think you can see some black bags, and those are radioactive materials or radioactive soil or content from the houses itself that was actually bagged up and ready to be sent away somewhere else. According to the tour guide, what happens is that the government actually sprays and cleans. Ooh. Alright, meshy time.
Yes.
So yeah, they spray and they rinse and they clean everything apparently, and they've been doing such a good job, I think, given the stakes of things, to reduce everything down to normal levels. But it's just such a pity that this area hasn't really been repopulated back. We are getting lunch here at a restaurant nearby the place we went just now, and when you go into the restaurant, it looks perfectly normal, nothing has changed at all. It looks absolutely like a typical restaurant. And the food here... Yoshoku! There we go, it's called Yoshoku. I was looking for that word. Technically this is very fusion in that sense. As you can see over there, there's like pasta, hamburg steak, and I got curry rice and some salad and soup. 美味しいです。
美味しい。
はい。超美味しいです。As much as you saw the previous town of Namie being, you know, really perfectly livable, although not many people are living, there are still haunted memories of the Fukushima incident. And right behind me, it's a cow farm basically. And so we were talking to the owner of the farm who, back in the incident, decided not to follow the government's order to kill every single cow, and he decided to keep the cows alive as a memorial towards the incident, and its effects really. So he showed us his personal viewpoint towards the incident, what has led up to the whole situation that it is right now. These cows are not for sale. They can't be eaten. They can't be slaughtered. You can't do anything with them. But he's decided to just leave them and take care of them until they die of a natural death. A bit grim, but cows. Cute though. They do look like good pets. Really cute.
This is a fishery port over there. Now, so this area is a residential area. There are so many houses over there. Rice field, but attacked by tsunami. So this is that building, elementary school.
Oh my god.
Oh. Now we are around here. Where we stay? Now.
So this was the high school. We were overviewing through the wall. Apparently, the teachers and the students got news of the tsunami when it was about to happen. And in 10 minutes they decided to run across to a hill somewhere about 2 kilometers down the road from here. And literally once they arrived at the hill, 2 minutes later the tsunami hit, and thankfully no one was hurt. But it's such an interesting place. I mean, it's just left just like that. So we just came back from the first day in Fukushima. So right after we left off from the elementary school, we went to Route 6, and this is an interesting route because it cuts through the radioactive areas or the exclusion area, and you're not allowed to get out the car when you're in that route. And we drove past the first nuclear reactor in Fukushima. And that was pretty cool. The Geiger counter actually went up to 4 actually at one point. So then we went past back to the town of Tomioka. So, and it's a very cool scene to see the area that is still in exclusion, covered by a fence, and the new area, the new part of the town that's reopened up to populations to come back in now. It's also a good place to see cherry blossoms in April. It's not blooming now. Now it's February on time of filming. And so far, first day has been pretty good, pretty tiring a little bit. Looking at the devastation and also the efficiency of recreating an environment that is more suited for living again. We just checked in the hotel, obviously, as you can tell. There's an onsen here, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm gonna have dinner, chill, do some work, and I'll see you tomorrow.